Incredible morning. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Incredible morning or incredible greetings, depending on when you are able to watch this. How are you guys doing? It's another beautiful day in Zamunda. If you are a movie buff, you know what that is in reference to one of my all-time favorite movies, which I know word for word, Coming to America. So how are you guys doing? So I'm going to look down a little bit here because I need to share. I couldn't think about what the heck I was supposed to be doing right now. I'm supposed to be sharing. All right. At least over from like Facebook. So let's go ahead and do this. Turn down my volume. Let's make sure you guys can hear me. If you can hear me, clap once. I should do it to my cheerleaders. If you can hear me, clap once. If you can hear me, clap twice. Welcome. But I know I can hear myself. All right, so let's go ahead and hit share real quick. We're gonna write a post. Oh, come on. All right, let's go like this. Let's select all of this. Excuse me, we're going to copy that and post. And then we're going to share this out again and hit paste and share and share and share and share and share and share. All right. So that, oh my God, I hate when Facebook catches me looking crazy. And that's the thumbnail that they end up using. Okay. There we go. All share it out. Hello, everyone. Incredible morning. If you guys could, while we're getting started, we're waiting for them to like send out notifications. Sometimes Facebook and YouTube can be a little slow. So just drop a hey, how you doing? Let me know where you are watching from. And we are going to get started. It is May 2nd, 2022. So although yesterday technically was like the first day of the month, but of course this is my first day of recording for the month. So we're going to talk about new month, new goals, new opportunities to be incredible. Y'all know that's our favorite tagline over here because of our amazing product line, Honestly Speaking, or HS Inc. 365. All right. I'm going to lose audio for just a second. I have my microphone cable wound up a little bit too tight, so I need to unravel that a little bit. So it's going to be no audio for just a second. All right, now you should be able to hear me again. Mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2. Mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, let's see. All right. Not one that I want. There we go. Now it should be perfect audio because the audio from the Brio, not so great. Now I should sound like my normal regular self and not cuckoo crazy audio. Let me know if you guys can hear me. All right, so let's see. Incredible morning. Incredible morning. Incredible morning. Hello, hello. Incredible morning. How are you? How are you guys doing? How art thou? That's what I wanted to say. All right, thank you. Audio is good now. You can hear me. Awesome, 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 awesome. All right. Loud and clear. Thank you very much, guys. All right, let's get into this. Hello, everyone. Again, I am Shakia, the professor of HS Inc. 365. We are the parent company of Silhouettes Anonymous, which is our platform where we teach you guys about using Silhouette Studio. It is the program that controls the Silhouette family of machines. However, it is a pretty decent beginner graphic designing software. It's more of like a vector-based software, more closely as far as like the general functions to like your illustrators, your CorelDRAW, your Affinity Designer, Inkscape, and things like that. But it also has a little tinge of Photoshop qualities in it as well. Things that you really like. I use CorelDRAW and I use Illustrator. I have Affinity Designer and Affinity Photo. I don't really utilize those as much. I just could never get into it. But there are things that I can do in Silhouette that I simply cannot do from Illustrator or CorelDRAW. So I love having kind of like the best of both worlds, being the fact I know how to do Illustrator and Silhouette. So it's a really good program and a system to learn how to efficiently use. And I've been teaching you guys that for the past 7, almost 8 years now. We are also the owners of the Honestly Speaking brand of products right now in our infancy, and we are in our first year and a half. We're about to this is now our first full second year. We have amazing sublimation ink sublimation paper that's game changing and allows you to sublimate as low as 365 degrees, as fast as 30 seconds. Before the professor, every company said to do 400 degrees, 60 seconds. Now, a lot of people are adjusting to the lower temperatures, but it took your girl to get them on that train. So that's why I call our paper the game-changing paper, because it just wasn't the norm. And I pushed that envelope to recommend temperatures that just were not the norm in times that were not the norm. So we also have pigment ink. Right now, we're still, heavy in prepping for grad stuff. It's Teacher Appreciation Week, so there's a lot of things that you can make. You can make your own cards for them. If you're not going to make a gift, maybe you want to make like a custom gift card holder. There's so many things that you can do creatively this week for Teacher Appreciation Week. I got a lot of questions. Am I doing anything? Are you going to do any videos for stuff like that way I can have it by the time, the end of the week comes and make something for my kids' teachers? And I gave I gave both of my son's teachers tumblers for Christmas with gift cards in them. And one of the teachers wanted another. She actually requested another tumbler. I thought about doing mugs because I have an excessive amount of mugs. So it's going to be a lot of drinkware, but I always use that. So for me, I don't make the item like the major gift, I guess you can say. I always use it to be like the box or carrier for like whatever the gift is. So in that, like for Christmas, it was gift cards. So I just put them inside the tumblers instead of buying like a gift bag or a box or making a gift card holder. I put them inside the tumblers. So I'm going to do the same thing with mugs. And then I'm actually going to I have my kids asking them exactly like what they want. Instead of trying to figure it out, I asked my sister. My sister's a teacher also, and she was like, "No one's ever given me anything for Teacher Appreciation Week," but she's a middle school teacher. I'm not sure if that is more so one like where like parents really get into this when they have kids that are in elementary school. But my sister's a middle school teacher, and she's like, she's never gotten anything from any of her students. She did give me some suggestions on what teachers actually need, because my concern was, even if kids really did give stuff to like teachers, if they have a class of 30, or like my sister, she has what, seven, no, because she had like planning periods in there. So she might have what, 6 to 7 like periods of like students. So imagine if all of them brought her tumblers and mugs, or stuff like that. I know there are treat makers that do things for Teacher Appreciation Week, and it is, oh, what the heck is it on my hand? It is like treats and Rice Krispie treats and candy apples. I was like, imagine if all of your students sent you that. Like, y'all try to make the teachers big as a house. So it's always kind of where you want to, show some type of appreciation, give some gift of appreciation, but it's like, dang, what's the right thing to give? There's this guy on TikTok, and he was like, look, I don't have time for this. I'm gonna let y'all know exactly what to tell your parents to get me. He was like, I like Cash App. He's like, I like socks. He was like, I got a whole mortgage. They want to go and he's like, I like gift cards. He named up all his gift cards. I'm like, hey, I'm not mad at you. Like, it's better than getting a whole bunch of stuff that you're never ever going to use. But my sister gave me some really kind of cool ideas. And it's not necessarily like DIY type stuff or things that you can make, but you can make the presentation of like how you give it to them. It doesn't have to just be inside of a regular gift bag or regular gift box. You can custom make it, but give them something that's more practical. I think they would appreciate that also. Or, make a card and, let them know you're going to drop something in their Cash App or something like that. So that was pretty, what I'm saying, I would say all that to say you can use regular pigment ink to just print out stuff. And also 365 Creative Academy, which is our academy to teach you how to unlock your creativity in a wide variety of ways. All right. So incredible morning, incredible morning, incredible morning, incredible morning. And of course, if you're watching this at a later date or later time and date, incredible greetings. So just wanted to come on. Hopefully you guys are going to be interactive, maybe thought about some of those goals that you have for this month. This is a really, really busy month for me, because a lot happens during this month for me. We have Mother's Day, and then the following Sunday is my wedding anniversary. And then after that, 5 days after that is MJ's birthday on the 20th. 10 days after that is my birthday on the 30th. So there's Mother's Day, my wedding anniversary, MJ's birthday. So the month I became a mother, and my birthday, all in this month. And that means the internet is acting crazy. I can't function like this. I cannot function like this. I want to disconnect it. Hold on. I'm going to have to try and disconnect this from, which I can't even get to reset it. I just need to reset it to where it just stays on. Hopefully it just stays on and it's no. Oh, into the G. Seriously? Oh, gosh. I don't know what's going on. And now my color is going to look. See how important lighting is? Now it just looks crazy in here because I'm only lit from one side now. And this really isn't helping at all because I can't get it on the control panel for my lights. For some reason, it's just not connecting. I need to set up my other ring light. It's like they're great to be able to control from your phone, but because it's Wi-Fi, if the Wi-Fi acts crazy, it acts crazy. And it's not even coming up. So, all right. We're just going to have to look not so great on camera right now. As far as color, I mean, I look good. I look good. I look fly. I look good. But the color in this room right now is just a little bit off. No accessories found. I know that because I turned that joker off. Oh no, let's see what it does. All right. So anywho, hopefully there's not another distraction from that. Hey, none of you guys wrote down your goals for this month. So no one has any goals they have set for their business. Whether it's for your business, it's like goals, creative goals. I'll say that. I like to try and set new goals each month. As I said, this is a busy month for me. Have a lot going on, which means like, and I also have like my regular programs, but for that, you guys are going to kind of sort of hear it here, but an email is going to go out. I'm going to end up pre-recording a lot of lessons, and they'll just be released on certain days because it is a busy month. And just a lot going on. I won't be able to do as many of the live sessions as I normally do each month because it's just a lot going on in that month. All right. So, but yeah, there are still goals and things that I have, and we should all have each month, each week. I mean, shoot, even down to the point now, like I have certain goals for each day that I want to try and do. Like those are, I don't beat myself up over certain goals for the day. Like I have like major goals and then ones where it's like, okay, if I can get them done today, great, but they definitely need to be done by this particular day. I'm learning that when you have so much going on, you have to set the goals that way to where you have those like top tier type goals that you really put yourself on like a hard deadline for. And then those ones that you have like a little bit of leeway. I found that keeps me from going crazy trying to keep up with my schedule with like the way that it is, and I'm trying to come up with a lot of new curriculum with the new office setup. There's a lot of like regular videos that I want to do, kind of rebuild my channel a little bit. I do the live Q&As, and I know that you guys like watching whenever I'm on. You never know, and I'm going to drop something. I'm going to really attempt to stick to it this time to where I'm not really utilizing the lives to do a lot of teaching. It's like, okay, hey, I'm going to do Q&As. I'll come live to answer any questions that you guys have. But look at this. Really focusing on keeping the full on like class type deals in my classes and going back to doing like basically just demos and stuff like that for the YouTube and Facebook channels. But I do so many Q&As, more so for those who are new. Know a lot of you guys watch, very loyal, want to just kind of support, be on, never know what gem I'm going to drop. But I do it for questions. Like I want to be able to help those who are just starting out. Maybe you've never come across someone who can answer questions to the level that I can, as far as being like an expert in certain things. And I want to make myself available for those who are new to just like crafting or creating in general, new to business, and answer those. So we often do have oh gosh. We often have a lot of repeat questions. And I know for some of you, it's like, okay, we already heard this, we already heard this, we already heard this. Yes, you may have, but that person they're asking it because they need the answer, and I'm able to answer in real time. And that's why I love the live type videos, especially Q&As, because I get to help people in real time. All right, so let's see what I think I saw some of them. Build my website. I'm actually trying to help my sister and them transfer over to a Shopify site. Draw and get more exposure. Do you have a plan of action for that? Have you determined like what type of clientele, who you're going to target specifically? I find that when you say, okay, as far as getting like more exposure, one of the more effective ways to do that is not to try and just cast your net out and hey, whatever you catch is what you catch. Like be very, very intentional in who you're going to like. So maybe like for this month, maybe it is you're going to focus on like for Mother's Day, right? Here's the thing that I feel like a lot of people mess up on. I'm going to give you guys a really, really good tip as far as marketing and targeting. We make a lot of things for Mother's Day, right? And in your mind, you're thinking, most people I find out when I'm talking to them, they're thinking about more so the mom. You know, I see people put captions and things out, and they're talking about, like, they're talking more so to the mom, as if the mother is going to purchase her own gift for herself, and not making your posts go after specific people. Wording your post to where, hey, this is gonna sound, I'm gonna start off in the most, I'm not gonna say that it's ghetto, but this is like the most like, I don't know how to say, because it actually seems like it's traditional now. But maybe it's talking to somebody who's just the baby daddy, you know, and wording it in a way where they can connect to and say, still need a gift for the mother of your child. Or there's some people you really like, when you know your audience, you're going to have people who are not going to respond or react. Like it's not going to resonate with them for you to say the mother of your child, the mother of your children. I'm just being honest. You got some people, I mean, and they'll spend money, but there's like, my baby mama. And if that is your core audience at the time and who you can reach, speak their language. When they go and they look and it's like, okay, all prim and proper, and it's like, the mother of your child, there's a company, they sent emails like, marketing, like they'll send text messages out, and I'm not their core audience. Like, because when you start messaging me some hey big head, and it was some other stuff, I was like, wait, what? But that actually resonates. Like I'm not I purchased their product, so I'm on their mailing list, but I mean, I'm not their target audience because I don't respond to that type of communication. Now I have cousins who are much younger than me, and I listen to how they speak, how they talk, how they start to talk, like they write in shorthand, they talk in shorthand, everything is slang. That's going to resonate with them. My cousins, that's just like, they like the whole period, or with the T on the end, like, the way that they communicate with each other. And when they're looking at stuff, there are things that resonate with them. So if that is who you're trying to draw in, you're going to have to learn to speak their language. If it's more so for husbands to wives, putting that in the caption, still looking for a Mother's Day gift for your wife, Or if you're going to make something that's more of, it probably wouldn't be like a big grand gift from a significant other to the mother. Maybe it's talking to that dad to say, hey, uh have, take 10 minutes out of your day, go gather the kids, come visit our website and see what the kids would like on our website to give to their mom. MJ was in there plotting with his dad and stuff like that, trying to figure out what to get me. So the kids talk to their parents about, like, talk to a grandparent, talk to their fathers, talk to, whoever about, hey, what are we going to get mom? And then see, for me, they got Mother's Day, my birthday, and my anniversary. So they got a whole lot of planning to do. But maybe you're going to target that father to say, hey, come to our website, let your kids pick from our website what they want to gift to mom. Maybe it's going to be talking to just another female to say, hey, for your mom, for grandma, talk to the parents to say, have the kids come and pick something for grandma. You can have things that are dedicated to mother-in-laws. It's just so much, like, so many ways to target, and you can use the exact same design, the exact same image, but every single post will target a different mindset. That is what marketing is. One of my favorite, talk about all the time, McDonald's, they have a bunch of different advertising. I'm not sure if you guys remember, there was one point where a lot of their marketing, a lot of their commercials were geared towards African Americans. They had a lot of like hip hop and R&B, like there was a lot of singing and stuff like that. Like that was a lot of influence in that. And they were really working to target a certain demographic. And then they'll have ones that were for other things. They have commercials that are children in it and what they want. They have ones that go back like for nostalgia and go back to, what you liked as a kid. Now, as an adult, that I think it was like, she showed her as a kid. And then on her bachelorette party, she still took all of her people to McDonald's. They all went to McDonald's still. They are targeting, and all, like, you can literally watch 30,000 different McDonald's commercials in one show. And it's always a different one because they're talking to a different audience. So you can utilize the same exact images, same mug, same tumbler, whatever, but you're going to target and you're going to speak to a specific customer avatar. That makes sense. So hopefully that somewhat helps as far as like drawing in new clientele and getting exposure. It's reaching them where they are and talking to that specific person about what your services and or products, how can it service them. Goals: to provide more content on social media and increase my presence, taking your advice in posting more. And you guys can repeat content. Where most people struggle at, and it's coming back to the same thing, is feeling like you have to put a new post out every single day. And that's where it becomes overwhelming and frustrating. No, repeat that same post. What you can do right now, this is a new month. Anything that was not specific to a certain time frame or a certain theme, go back to February. Copy those same exact posts. Don't reshare them. Copy those same exact posts and post them today. Post them tomorrow. You don't have to reinvent the wheel for every single post. You can repurpose. If it's a video that you had from before, repost it with a different caption. You don't have to keep creating new content, new content, new content, new content, new content. More consistent on social media. Planning to launch on May 29th, my mom's birthday. She's in great company. Anybody during that week is just amazing. Okay. So the one thing I'm going to say about launching during this time, right? In your mind, I'm not sure if you thought about it. And depending on what it is that you're launching and the audience who you're going to target. For you, it's sentimental. It is your mother's birthday. But this year, Memorial Day weekend falls on that day. Like that's that Sunday, because my birthday is a traditional Memorial Day, but now it's the observed Memorial Day also. So it's a holiday times two, because my birthday is a holiday in itself. But the fact that it is Memorial Day weekend, think about people traveling, being out and about, doing family things. That's a Sunday. They might be doing barbecues and things like that. So if you're going to launch on that day, be very, very strategic in how you plan to do that and when you plan to launch. So maybe build up to it to where the time that you launch is either going to be very early before they get started on their day. Well, not too early, because if they partied on Saturday, they might not be up at like a really, really early time. Again, it really depends on the demographic that you are wanting to truly, truly launch to. Make sure that you are building that email list or that text message list, and maybe make it, although it's your mom's birthday, make it somehow include the fact that it's a holiday weekend. But you have to think and be very strategic about what time you launch, so that you don't miss that window of opportunity, because that's going to be a very, very busy weekend for people, for barbecues and outings and family time and stuff like that. So be mindful of that. Not sure if you thought about the fact that it was a holiday weekend. Now that things have slowed down for me, my goal is to get down and dirty with silhouettes. I have essentials, which my goal is to start it over, devote at least 1 to 2 hours a day and learn it. Or is your 30 days better? I know it is basically the same, but understanding wise, which you think is more beneficial. The 30-day training is it was growth and elevation for me. So the way that I taught that is a lot more effective than the others. It's the same information, but because it's broken down and because you want to dedicate 1 to 2 hours per day, this gives you direction on what to focus on each day. So even if you don't go in order, you can maybe write all of them down and then kind of check off if you decide to go out of order. That way you're still keeping with working on 1 or 2 per day, or 1 or 2 hours per day. And maybe you don't want to start at what's really, really the first one, as far as modify. Maybe you want to go to tracing or something like that, since you have some knowledge. So print out the list and then check them, or make yourself a list and check them off as you're going through each module. But the new way the 30-day is going to be a lot better for keeping you on track and holding you accountable to what you do each day. I would like to get some cards made to put with orders, also instructions on washing your shirts, and make a price list. That's just somewhere to start. Price list, definitely. Before we even focus on the other stuff, let's get that price list. So even if you don't put the full list out, you can always put out what's your starting cost. So they'll know right off the bat. I mean, hey, we don't have $10 shirts over here. All of our shirts start at 15. All of our shirts start at a minimum $20. So they know out the gate if they need to waste your time and theirs because you're outside of what they're wanting to spend. So even if you don't put out the full price, maybe have some really good starting points. Setting price lists is something that can take a while because you need to really research, really need to crunch the numbers and think about at the end of the day, what is your goal? Are you trying to reach a certain number of sales, a certain amount of revenue, a certain amount of profit by a certain time? Or you just want to have consistent work? And having consistent work doesn't always mean that you're going to have this grand, this really, really large profit margin. So you have to really think about what the goal is. What version of silhouette are you using? I use on this computer 4.3.370 because it is my main one for teaching. For designing, I actually still use 3.6. It's way better than any of the other versions. And for certain teaching purposes, I have 4.4 on my husband's Mac. but I don't really use it. The one that I recommend is at least 4.3.370. It is the most stable. It is not without glitches, but it is the most stable. But if you have the Pro, you have no choice but to go to 4.4. I thank you for your advice to just start with what I already have. My goal is to learn how to hone in on just a couple of items and market them. Me and my Wawas. This time I didn't get coffee. I got a strawberry banana mango smoothie. Oh, excuse me. That's one of the things I want to get back into doing a lot more as far as making things for others. And I am sticking to whatever the inventory is what you can order. If it's outside of that, let me recommend you to somebody else, but I can't help you. I'm trying to knock down a lot of this unnecessary inventory that I have, and I really, really need to knock it down. If not, then I need to start selling it off. If I'm not going to be actively making items for people, then it's like just kind of pointless to have money just sitting on the shelves. Part one, goal is to get better so many images that have photos of people in them. So far, I figured out it's not paper or ink. Printing a saved PNG from Silhouette in Photoshop seems better. Speaking of MJ, he is adorable. I love seeing him learn the business. Thank you, thank you. Once I can get these better subbed images, I'll feel good about trying to sell personalized items with photos on them. Personally, I don't feel I could sell them, so I just gift them. I also think that you are putting a lot of pressure on yourself for these to be like these perfect pictures. It's not going to happen. You'll find that a lot of people don't stress it. If when you're giving them as gifts, if they are very, very, very appreciative of it and they're not complaining about the pictures, or if there's like slightly red tones, they don't know if that's just how sublimation works and how the process works. They just want to see a picture on there. So for me personally, I do feel like you are putting a little bit too much pressure and a little bit too much stress. If you're worried about that, unless you are going to, again, like you said, I mean, if you're getting better results from Photoshop, I'm not sure what it is with yours, or I mean, I really don't know if I really don't, because I've taken some of your images and I printed them on my 7720 when you were having issues, and I didn't have as like those tones that you had, and I printed from Silhouette. Now, if you're using an EcoTank printer, there's no way around that because it is a totally different ink system. Like the way these print, which they use dye inks versus pigment inks, you're gonna have those really high magenta type tones. But if as gifts, they are not complaining and they are raving about them, give yourself some grace and not stress over it so much. You know, it's every monitor is different. Everything is going to be different, so where you're not always going to have your colors be completely spot on, unless you're going to invest a lot of money into calibration of monitors, printers, paper, and all that kind of good jazz. So give yourself some grace and ask those who you have gifted it to, is that something that really bugs them? If it doesn't, then I wouldn't stress over it and proceed with marketing your things to sell. Because if you're worried about that, you'll probably never get to the point where you actually want to sell them. Hey, just say. Oh yeah, I did. Going to do a Memorial Day sale. It's the name of my company, so that's another reason. 529 Candle Company in her honor. All right, cool beans. I would not call it a memorial. I mean, you got, because you don't. It's a little weird for me. So I'm not saying you have to take like my advice on it, but it's a launch. And so if putting it where it's more about Memorial Day versus the launch, it puts more emphasis on that. So 529, I mean, yes, but any other time, like it won't be Memorial Day weekend, I would put more emphasis on the fact that it's a launch. Make it more about your business, especially since it is the launch and not that holiday. So any sales that you run, it just needs to be grand opening or, um, grand launch and things like that. Focus on the brand. Focus on the company more so than the holiday and getting wrapped up in all of the traditional, holiday type sales. Really, 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 really from now. And your marketing should start now. Your marketing should not be a day or two before, a week before. You should be planting those seeds. You should already have all of your candle stuff and have pictures and stuff taken where you are promoting that now, letting them know what's available, even putting out prices. That way they are prepared to, because if somebody else is having sales for Memorial Day, all of the other candy companies, if they're having sales, they're going to start to put their stuff out there, and who you're trying to market target, if they like candles, they're looking at all those candle companies as well. So if you start putting out there what all you have, your sizes, scents and things like that, now it's like, okay, well, I go to them every single year. Let me try this particular company. And go from there, because if you start to compete with well-known companies and saying that it is a memorial sale, because they don't know who you are, they might be more inclined to go with a brand that they know. But if you start to put it out there now, it'll kind of create that buzz, and it's like, okay, everything looks great. I've seen this, maybe even have days where you have like small samples. You're doing like live showings and having people smell scents and stuff like that, recording people smelling the scents and getting their reaction for it. Things like that. For a business like candles, a picture shows you one thing, but it's about the scent. How does it make you feel? So for you, that is something that you are really, really, really going to have like your marketing and planning out and preparing for your launch. You're going to have real folk. So hopefully you have some samples, create like a little quick consent form to them being recorded, and have a day well before your launch where you're having people smell the scents, giving their reactions to the scents. How does it make them feel? That is going to help you have a successful launch. I need help with 50 to 75, three front and back. Need what type of help? I'm interested in getting a newer cameo. Which do you recommend? You guys know, I don't recommend anything. The only ones you can buy brand new is the 4. They're not like Cricut where they have a maker and explore. It's only the cam, like it's one cameo. It's either 12-inch, 15-inch, or 24. You guys know I don't recommend the 24. So only thing I can recommend is a 12 or a 15. So I just don't do the pro. I have a regular 4, trace and detach, acting bad. Which version are you currently using? You're very welcome. Gotcha. Yeah, thanks. I like that idea. I'm loving all the ideas. I'm a marketing genius. Like when it comes to like when I have my professor calls, people always say, "Dang it, I never thought about that." Um, the way that I think, my marketing tactics are absolutely amazing. Because they don't seem salesy or grimy or like tactics. It's very, very genuine when you're doing stuff. So I can't wait to redo my creative business and really kind of get I'm going to be strategic, and I don't want I'm not perfect in this, even in my business and learning. Sometimes in your business, it's not going to be perfect that first year. The first couple of months, you're going to have to come into your own. I'm not 100% I feel like there's some tweaking. Like, I don't feel like it's the perfect program for my bachelor's, master's, my creative business. There are certain things that I've learned along the way that I won't do next time. I really want to have sessions that are dedicated to a certain type of audience, like people who are doing certain things, because in just and also at different levels, like having sessions for those who are truly in their infancy in the beginning and how to start to scale up. I am noticing a really, really bad trend where everyone is focused on the dollar number, and it's becoming six figures, becoming seven figures, hitting those five-figure numbers, and not really learning your business and what works and what doesn't work. That's what you should really be focusing on. If you jumped into it to where it went straight to business, and you are not truly turning your passion, turning your hobby, and you're not monetizing something that you already know. You saw these people doing it, you went out, you got a summation printer, you got all these blanks. All right, I got the stuff. How do I make money? You are now trying to learn running a business, but still learning the craft part, like learning that technique, learning that skill. You're not monetizing your gifts. You're not monetizing your skills. You're not monetizing your crafts. You are just going and just straight monetizing just a process. And you have to get a better handling of that. That is what's going to help you with your pricing. If you don't understand what really goes into making something, you're going to put this price out. Yeah, I can do it. You're trying to take on every single job. I don't want to leave no money on the table. They go, I can do it. I can do it. Knowing that you can't, but you want to charge them money for it. It's okay to take on a task so that you can get the experience and you can learn how to do it. But that doesn't mean that you're going to make money on it. When you are learning, those who go to college to learn these things, they're not being paid to go to college. What are they doing? They are paying out. They're going into debt. They are taking out loans to be able to go to school. But as creatives, you want your customers, your clients, you want others to pay you to learn how to do something. For me, that's a problem. I don't shy away from being very honest, hence the name, honestly speaking. I think that is very, very backwards. I don't think it's fair to your customers to basically have them be your guinea pig, but then you want to complain and you want to be paid top dollar, but you don't even know what you're doing. There are times where you're going to find that it's not just one way, like one thing, and you're looking at videos thinking it's like so easy, but you don't know all the other tools that they have in their arsenal, things that they have learned before that's making this tutorial look so easy. And then you do it, and it's like all these hours taken to do it. You can't do anything else. You're backed up on this. Oh, this is something real simple. All I got to do is just do this and press, and I'm good. I'm done. But then when those issues arise, you don't know how to work your way out of them, because you don't know how to even do it the first way. You can't think about ways to knock down your overhead when you're buying supplies that you can profit more. There's a lot to this than just learning how to make a wreath, learning how to rhinestone something. It's a lot to it. And you think, you guys, we as creatives and just wanting to DIY things, we do ourselves a disservice when we don't really get a full understanding and know-how of what we're doing before we monetize it. My Facebook and IG got disabled because I was trying to change the year of birth to reflect the day my business started. I need to start all over. Well, date of birth, that means that you're creating a regular profile. Now, you want to do your birthday. You're saying just the day. So you would do the year, how old you are, but do a different date. I wouldn't even stress about that. Whatever day it was is the day it is. That comes in your branding. I think that is overthinking it a little bit too much. I mean, unless like you're just wanting people to say happy birthday, because they're not going to say anniversary. And then that also means that you're setting up a regular profile. Yes, you should have a business profile, but that part shouldn't matter because that's still you. So it's your birthday. Now, for your business, it doesn't really have a date on it because it's for business. So that means you're setting up a regular personal profile instead of a business page. You don't compete with that. So she says, there's someone on my timeline that sells shirts for $10 and $15, but my price is higher. How in the world can I compete with that? It makes me hesitate to post sometimes. Why does their business bother you? Wendy's has a 4 for 4. Burger King price theirs at $5. It's $1 more, but it is still more. If someone's taste is Burger King instead of Wendy's, they're going to go there. You should never, ever worry about somebody else's prices. I mean, I can go and easily say, I mean, shoot, they paying this person that, I can take my prices up. I mean, me dropping the prices of our products was never about like competing or being less than someone. It was a decision that like it was I mean, there's a lot that went into like that decision, but I never worry about what somebody else's price is because I don't know what their overhead is. Maybe they are struggling and trying to do everything themselves. Yours is a little bit higher because you're using quality products and you're using a quality shirt. Maybe they are just using the shirts that you can get for $1, $2 that are imperfection. Like they don't have, like they're not perfect. Those are the ones that didn't get quite stitched right. Maybe it's technically like this and they're okay with that. Maybe they are using Dollar Tree vinyl and you're using Oracle or you're using Caesar. You should never worry about what somebody else is charging. You just need to be consistent in posting. Do you think that luxury handbags, luxury clothes, luxury cars, that they're worried about how much a Hyundai or a Kia costs and they're not going to promote? You now promote to an audience that will spend that. If you are trying to target the same people that they are, then you're going to have to make a decision on whether or not you want to come down on your prices, come down on maybe, what corners do you have to cut if you're trying to reach someone. Now, if your demographic likes, like you both are marketing to a demographic that likes a 10 to 15 shirt, they just want like a quick shirt, that's something that you then have to decide how to proceed. But you should never worry about the prices of the next person because your audiences are going to be different. Your customer avatar is going to be different. If that customer doesn't want to pay whatever your price is, guess what? They're not your customer. You move on, you focus on the next. Point blank, I mean, I feel it's a hard pill to swallow and you feel like you're walking away. You feel like you're not making, you might feel like you're not making money. Also, it's like, how long have you been doing it? How long have you actively tried to run a business? I feel like there is this unrealistic, it's not that it's not possible, but it's not the norm. And it's not the case for the majority of those who come into this creative space, where in their first year, they're hitting 6 figures, making shirts and making things like that, because there's a lot that goes into it. When you make it work and you're stressed out, you're burnt out, you're losing sleep, you're sleep deprived and all that in that first year or two, then you start to realize, yeah, I don't want to do this. I was burnt out because I was giving everybody a custom shirt. Man, look, this is the birthday shirt we have. We have this design, this design, this design. Which one you want? Like, you will start to realize what is actually holding you back. It's not your skills. It's not your pricing. Sometimes it's just the processes in which you, and how you run your business, and trying to give everyone custom and it's just you. You don't have any other help and support. I have that video that's coming up. I'm going to do that live. The worst mistake that I made was trying to run my own business. That is the biggest mistake I ever made. Having help, having, being able to delegate certain tasks to other people, having to pay out, salaries. It was kind of hard in the beginning. It was like, dang it, that's money that, like, it can't go into our bank account, but it has made it to where it frees us up of so many other tasks. And that is how you run a business. That is the fear that people have. I find that most business coaches to crafters, creatives, they're trying to get you to conform to like their business and how they grow. But my next wave of creative business is really focusing on what you guys are trying to do in your business and understanding how you start and how you scale. You're not going to go and be this instant sensation and you're making all this money. There's going to be a lot of wasted money in the beginning. But if you have these unrealistic expectations of, okay, I got this machine, I got this this printer, I got this oven, I got this tumbler press. Oh, I see the people on TikTok, they always got orders and they always on here making stuff. There's a lot to that. And they might be here today, gone tomorrow. Even people that make a lot of money. It's a whole lot of companies that have gone belly up because they did not run their business properly. They had great success in the beginning. They had a really great run and then they tank. You want to build a business or build a way to where you can take one investment and build on that to now have to be able to have another investment and then build and build and build and build so that you have sustainability. But if you're just focused on the now, you can be really hot right now. And then afterwards, boom, it's all gone. I hate at marketing. I don't want to be salesy. I don't understand that. You're in the business of selling. What does that mean? Think about every business that you have ever purchased from. The reasons that you have gone to purchase for them, how they got on your radar, all of those things. Did it come off as salesy? Pretty sure most of the place that you go and you shop to, there is a reason why you choose to shop there, whether it is online, if it is somewhere that you go to in person, if it's a small business, if it's a major corporation, the food places that you go to. Why do you go there? They are promoting. Take some of the same things that they are doing. Take some of those words, rearrange them, figure out how you can put it out there. But I don't get this whole thing of not wanting to be salesy. I'm sorry, I'm in the business of selling. Like, I'm not, a sleazy salesperson, someone who's going to offer you the world and they know it's a lie. They're not going to provide that service to you. They can't provide that quality to you. So you don't want to be a sleazy salesperson, but you want to be salesy. You want people to know that, okay, yes, this is beautiful. This is not a craft. This is not something where I'm making it out of the kindness of my heart and I'm going to just gift it to you. No, I run a business transactions. It requires a sale. So yes, we're going to sound very salesy. This is for sale. This is not to look at. This is not a display. I need you to buy this. So get that out of your head about not sounding salesy. Sell that ish. I plan on selling journals, mouse pads. Do I really need a website? Someone suggested Marketplace. We're going to table that one and come right back. I'll end on that one. Good morning. I love your videos. Thank you for watching. I'm glad you are liking the videos. Thank you for breaking that down. I need to mind my own business. Morning, Dawn. She says, I like that. Mind my own business. Yep, you are a control freak. Let me stay in my lane and put my energy and focus into my own business. I love Shakia's honesty. Thank you. Awesome. You got another 54 T's. You are awesome. Congratulations. You provide such good, thought-provoking information. Thank you. I like that thought-provoking part. Ooh. That's the one thing I'm lacking at, but I'm working on it. I believe all because of my courses with you. Do you find most people undervalue themselves and abilities when pricing goods? Oh, that's a good one. So we're about an hour. So if you have other questions, I won't be able to get to them. So we're going to tackle Chris's question, and then we're going to go back up to Charming K. All right. So we're going to end on those two. So do you find that people undervalue themselves and abilities when pricing goods? Yes and no. The problem is that it's not necessarily undervaluing it in themselves. It is that you're marketing to people who aren't going to see the value in it. If you are, okay, I'm all about being honest. Let's just put it out there like this, right? If the majority of the people who are on your timeline, who you come in contact with, whether it's family, friends, I know like for me, when it was like my cheerleaders and stuff like that, you have families who maybe let's say that they have a bunch of children, they might be on government assistance. That does not mean because I'm on government assistance, I don't want something that's nice for my child's birthday. It doesn't mean that I don't want, I have an opportunity to go to a show or something. I want a nice shirt. I want a nice outfit and stuff like that. And there are things that they'll be able to afford and things that they don't. There are certain demographics where they have disposable income and some where they're working paycheck to paycheck and they're trying to figure out how to get these things, how to just get regular everyday stuff. I've seen someone, they got into wanting to sell items. So they're putting themselves in debt to get all of the equipment and stuff to sell because they need to make ends meet so that their kid can participate. They don't want their children to feel like they can't do something like band or cheer or football. And these are things that, although they are supposed to be like nonprofit, they cost a lot of money. I mean, I have a cheer coach. So between cheer, like practice gear, game gear, competition, eating after every games, the meals at competitions, the hair. I look at Northwestern's, like that's one of the best like dance lines. There's times where all of their hairs have to be made like done the exact same way. There are costumes that they have, like different ones every single year, different themes. So these things cost money. Now they might have a high school student, right? But now they also have a kid that's 5. Well, they want to be able to go and do chip bags or Capri Suns and take stuff to them. And if that is who you mainly market to, hello, me, that was a lot of the demographic that I wanted to cater to, was those who may not have had the means, but they still want nice things. They still want to be able to give their child a great experience. So I had to make a decision on, well, I know I have the skills. I have the ability to do high end and get higher end clients. Was that my goal? Was that my purpose? So where somebody else may see it as you're lowballing, you're not charging enough, you can't tell me. That used to piss me off. Don't tell me that I'm not charging enough because I know who I am marketing these things to. I don't mind only making whatever X, Y, and Z because it was for an experience for that particular. Oh, but they go and they get this and they're going to get that. What they spent the other money on ain't really my business. If I went into this saying that I wanted to provide these services within this price point, if I want to hit a certain amount, I'm either going to have to increase how many jobs I'm able to do so that I can meet my budget for my company and for my household, or I can have like 2 different departments. I have a lower end one. Hey, this is what this package entails. If this ain't what you want, I can't help you. Like your budget fit this little box right here. All these things on this column is what you can get in the little budget that you got. Now you want to increase that budget a little bit. Okay, now you can move over to here. So it's not necessarily about things being undervalued because you decide that. Now, there are some people who are afraid to, those who are lowering their price because of what somebody else is charging, not knowing what that person's purpose is. So if somebody wanted to follow behind me, well, dang, how in the heck Shakia around here doing chip ads? I got to do this, whatever. Oh, I'm spending all this time doing. Well, you don't know what processes I have in place, what things I have that's making it easy for me. Am I buying in bulk? And then on the bad side of it, you might have some folk where they can charge that because it's not costing them anything. They might have a little 5-finger discount on their supplies and stuff. You never know what someone's overhead is. You never know what their goal is and why they're charging. You never know who they are marketing and who they're targeting. We are in like on social media, everyone is mixed. You don't know if someone has really high-end clients. There's no group that says we are high-end crafters. We are high-end small creative small business. We only I had a connection and I got in good with folk who live in Southwest ranches and people that got money and they see value and they like feel like they have one of the kind stuff. So they're going to pay one of a kind prices. So if I go and I tell you my price, you can't go and tell me that it's too high. Who you got paying that? Or you can't tell me that it's too low because I choose to take a smaller profit so that I can help others? Or what is my goal? Is my goal to run a full on business where I'm going to walk away from my 9 to 5? Or were you like me to where in selling other items, it was money for the extras? It was the money for vacations. It was the money for our children's after after high school fund. So what is your purpose? So in some instances, it really can be undervaluing yourself and what it takes to do certain things. In other cases, it can be, well, I'm able to charge this because while you're working on one order, I have put things into place to where I can work on multiple orders because I've learned to be more efficient in my business. So I can bring my costs down because it's not costing me a lot to produce it. There's that factor. There's so many different factors. That's the joy of following me here on my platform, subscribing, joining my classes, because I'm not one note. I'm not one tone. I'm not monotone in this. I don't come at you just in what made me successful. I understand success across the board. I understand from beginner to someone that's more of an expert. I understand from working with a demographic that doesn't have disposable income and those who will throw money at anything. I understand marketing to a parent who has to really, really make a decision on, do I do this? Do I maybe pay this bill or only pay part of it so that I can get my child this? Or, them little punk parents like myself and my husband, the minute their child bat their little eyes at them, it's like, okay, yep, all right, let me get one of those, two of those, three of those. So that is the difference in who you follow, the information that you get from them. Y'all need to start really testing folk and asking some of these questions on some other platforms and see if you get these same answers, because everybody can't come off the dome and from nice not just come off the dome. It's from experience. It's understanding business. It's not making money years and years and years ago to where I now can explain why. Why wasn't I? What was the issues then? What's the issues now? Because I've put in the time. I've written down the notes on it. I've gone and I've analyzed business from there and growth and where I want to go. So, all right. So that's that one as far as undervaluing. Yes and no. Pricing really comes down to understanding that if you are not going to buy in bulk, your profit margin is not going to be as high. It costs you more on the front end to buy it in bulk, but as you sell it, you are making more money with each sale. So it's little things like that that can help with how you price. All right. And last but not least, website and marketplace. All right. I decided to get a website for my classes because it was automating it for me. When I first started and I was offering class and stuff like that, I had to constantly email people. send them this information, send them that, wait for a response back, this and the third, send them a PayPal link, wait for them to pay, then have to go check the PayPal to make sure that they paid. Honey, that was seems too much. Every time I see someone that's going and they have a class and it's like, oh, okay, well, cash at me and then send me a message or put done and let me know that you finished. I was like, oh, Paula Tink, that's going to get real old. I hope, watch this video. There's ways to do this just a little bit better. So I see people do it. I'm like, I've never did the whole, I started mine before the whole Cash App, but it was like a lot of like the PayPal stuff and then have to email back and forth. That got old really quick. So I decided to have a website. My website was not about products. I paid $29 faithfully because I didn't really care so much about like the shipping part. There are benefits to having the higher Shopify as far as like shipping and stuff like that. I have a WordPress site that I kind of worked on to be able to have all that stuff there. But I originally started mine so that I can have it where it's all in one place. Go there, you buy the class, you're going to get a download. I would spend the time doing the PDF stuff and having all the links and this, that, and the third. And that's what I did. That originally I had my site was for that. It just made it so much easier. I didn't have to wonder on whether or not you paid or if it cleared before I sent you the information. Waiting, and you got people who they'll see the post, they want to join at the very, very last second. I'm sorry, I'm in class. I cannot stop, and because you're just now doing it and I have to email you to give information. Oh, child, no, seemed too much. So I started my website for that. For my customs, I don't have a website for necessarily like the custom stuff because I still operate off of a lot of word of mouth. For my customs, I like to talk to my clients to find out what it is that they actually want. If you are going to have products where they are static, like it's, hey, I don't have anything in this office right now. Oh, well, okay. Well, this is a bad example because I do have a website for all of my Black Pledge stuff. So it's like kind of a bad example, but actually, no, it's a good example. So all of my Black Pledge stuff, all of my blueprint stuff, all of my Be Advised, I'm an Extraordinary Brown Girl, Cocoa Queen, they have their own website because at any point, anyone can go on there. It's all standard and it's just a site for you to go to and purchase ready to ship items, or it's easy for me to press on demand. Whenever they order it, I have everything available. I don't have to pre-make it. But when they order it, I have all the files ready to go, sized up. I print it out, I press it, I package it up, I send it out. Or something like, let's just say you sold a bunch of breast cancer. This is breast cancer because it's pink and it's survivor, hope, all that. You just had a bunch of these. Hey, this is what we sell. There's 30,000 breast cancer type designs, but this is the one that we have. So you have a standard product. Then with something like that, it is much easier to have a website because they go to it, they purchase it, and you either press on demand or it's ready to ship. Our paper, our ink, that's ready to ship. All we have to do is box it up, send it out. It makes sense to have a website for something like that. If you're selling blanks, it makes sense to have a website. You're selling courses, it makes sense to have a website. Now, when you're doing customs and things like that, it is great to have somewhere where it is nicely organized for people to see what you have to offer. Whether it is going to be that you take your Instagram and you are very strategic about how you post things. If it is going to be a YouTube channel and you're very strategic about certain videos and you're basically using it as commercials, you're going to get royalty-free music and you're going to go and have like basically a slideshow of different things and they can be categorized. People can go and see it there. If you're going to have a Facebook page and you're going to have, because you can do albums of things and you're going to do it that way. So you can utilize social media and it be a very organized way for people to go there and see what it is that you have done before, what you are capable of doing, what your services are. You never have to have a website. When it comes to um, how do they now get those services from you? What type of processes and procedures do you have in place? What is your ordering process? When they contact you, what is the next step? I did a video called Order Your Steps. What is the order of dealing with you? Doesn't have to be through a website because you might have to get information from them. Is it okay? They book a consult, they book a date or a time frame that you're going to call them at this time. You're going to be on time when you contact them. You're going to discuss their needs. Okay, I hear it, wrote it all down. I'm going to send you X, Y, and Z. I need you to fill that out, send it back. This is what, if you need time to figure out special equipment, da, 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 da. Okay, so here's your quote. You have this time. So there's certain orders that you can go in and never have a website because you are okay with contacting them face to face. The company that I order a lot of my sign supplies from, they have a website. Their website is just, hey, this is what we have to offer. You cannot place an order on there. You have to contact them via phone or via email. So it works for a lot of companies. I've set up websites for people to where it is more so, hey, this is what we have. When you book on here, it's just booking your locking in your date, your spot. You're going to pay like you're based off of the package that you want. You're going to pay a deposit for it. And then once we do that, you're locked in. And then from that website, you can then send them, you can create an invoice from your website to send them the balance, or you can do it through PayPal. There are so many different ways that you can run a business. There is no one way. I'm not going to say that a website is better than going through Etsy or a marketplace. Where are you at in your business? Are you going to be how you set up for a website, having things go in specific orders and having, being able to create the graphics so that your website flows and it looks appealing? Do you have the time to do all of this? Or do you want to pay someone to do it? So if you don't have the time, you better be ready to spend out the money to pay someone to go and have everything, to take your pictures and make them where they're all the same size. Everything is very consistent with your fonts, with your colors, and all of that. So if you are able to create a great experience on a website, then yes, you go for that. If not, Etsy makes it to where you don't have to be so strategic in how you set things up, as long as you have good photos and stuff like that. That part kind of works. But if you're not ready to maintain a website, you're not ready to, like, for every last one of these, there is optimized SEO, like SEO. So it's search engine optimization. So there are certain words you have to be very strategic in how you do all this. And look at all these products. The more products you have, the more SEOs you have to worry about. It's not the same, just kind of throw it up there. You have to be very strategic. That's another thing. We always want to go. It's like, okay, yeah, this stream of income, and add this one and add that one and add that one. Well, you're going to have, when you have a website, you're going to have dedicated descriptions for each and every one of those products. You're going to have SEOs for each and every one of those products. How you present it. Everything here, although, it's things that bug me, like this is pure white. This is not. We're working on that. And once the office is done, we're actually going to do our product is going to have a whole photo shoot so that we can make this look a little bit better. See, it's gray here where these are just like white. That drives me absolutely bonkers. So we're working on it. But how consistent are your pictures? Does it look like a homemade website? Does it look like a DIY website? Or does it look like a professional grade website? Those are all the things that you have to think about, because this is what people's impression of your business is. So if they go to your site and it looks like it's homemade, oh my God, what was her? Tiffany Haddish, when she was like, oh, this is nice. It don't look like you got roaches or nothing. websites can give off that vibe of, ooh, I wonder if what they making them shirts that they got roaches. Like, I mean, because it doesn't look professional. So, I mean, this doesn't mean that somebody won't have roaches in their stuff when they, but it doesn't. You're looking at, you're going to think that's just a professional environment. If you're not ready to maintain that and be able to keep your thumbnails consistent whenever you add new things, if you have sales going on, you may not be ready for a website. Like, that's just the truth. Like, you may not be ready for a website. All right. Oh, wait a minute. All this time, y'all didn't hear me? Wait, y'all couldn't hear me this whole time? Don't tell me that. Oh my God. Oh. Whew. Okay. Oh Lord. Oh, that was a stressful like 5 seconds right there. OMG. Okay, there we go. Okay, cool beans. Okay, it came back. All right. Whew. Okay. Had me worried for that. I'm like, I did a lot of talking. All right. So that's that. Hopefully that helped you as far as website marketplaces. It's always a great place to start. Right now, for all my grad stuff, I don't have that stuff on a website anywhere. When you have stuff on a website, do understand can book at any point. So if your website is not set up to where it limits how many bookings can go on, like can be made at one time, you can end up very, very overwhelmed because you have a site. I know of sites where they basically just take their inventory and they go zero and say that they're sold out because they need time to catch up. They'll have days where it's like an influx, and then they have to just shut their site down and just say, hey, we're sold out, so they can catch up. You have to be mindful of that too. If you don't have the help to help you facilitate these orders that can come in, I mean, we wake up to a couple $1,000, like, so we're making money while we're sleeping. But then when we wake up in the morning, we have a team of people that can get all of those orders out, along with any other orders that may come in throughout the day before 3 p.m. If that's not the setup that you have, website may not be the way for you to go. And also depends on your audience. It's just a lot of factors. You might feel like it's a better way, it's less stressful for you, but then you might feel like that $29 is a waste if you're barely making like sales. But one sale should at least cover your website. All right. So that's that. I noticed that one, but there's a one that's like a slow, and I shared this to Silaholics Anonymous YouTube. I'm actually probably going to remove this from Silaholics Anonymous's YouTube because I thought we would answer more silhouette questions. I'm gonna let this just be on Honestly Speaking's YouTube channel. But there is one. So she's like, how do I share a design I do in Silhouette Studio? Please help. So you're going to just save that as a silhouette file or a JPEG or PNG file. So you're going to, once you design it all up, you're going to come up here to file. And as long as on your design page area, you're going to go save to just save as, you're going to save it to your hard drive, and you're going to save that as either as a silhouette file, as a PNG file, as a JPEG file, any of those, and then you'll be able to share it with someone else. All right. And you can, and if it's a silhouette file, as long as they have silhouette, they'll be able to open up that file. So hopefully that helps. And I'm glad I got in at least one silhouette related question. All right, we've been on for almost an hour and a half. Man, how time flies. My goal was only an hour. I'm sorry if I talk fast. I'm like, when I see a lot of questions coming in, I tend to go through the like kind of fast, but that's the joy of playbacks. You can watch it back and pause it to write down notes and stuff like that in your own time. But I thank you guys so very much for joining me today. Hopefully this was helpful for you with helping you set your new goals for this month, new ways to unlock your creativity and just be incredible in all that you do for yourself, for your side hustle, for your small business, for your creative business, for your empire, for your corporation, however you want your business to scale and grow. Hopefully the information that you got on this day, May 2nd, 2022, 52222, it will help you. If not today, this information will help you a month from now, a year from now, 2 years from now, 10 years from now. Hopefully my information is, my goal and my hope and my prayer is that my information is always timeless and it can apply today or in the future. So thank you guys so very much. Don't forget, I showed a little bit, to visit our website. If you are someone who is running a business where you use sublimation ink, sublimation paper, heat tape, pigment ink, if you need certain files and things like that, visit our website, shop.hsink365.com. Support those that help and support you as well. It's supplies that you're going to need regardless. So hopefully, we are on your radar and you consider purchasing our products as well. And not saying that you have to only have ours. I was on someone's TikTok and it actually, it did my heart well, it did my soul well, because she showed that she had our products. She opened up a drawer. She had someone else's products. When she was wrapping her tumblers, she was using, I think, 2 or 3 different types of paper, showing the difference. So just because you might like a certain product doesn't mean that you have to only use that one. Hey, it's something that's in your arsenal. In your closet, you probably have a couple different brand of shoes, right? They all have different purposes and you use them for different things. So hopefully we are a part of your rotation of supplies as well. You can visit our website, shop.hsink365.com. The link in the description is our link tree. It takes you to our website, and there's also some other very helpful and useful links on there. All right, y'all, until next time, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity and be incredible. Peace.